Invite viewers to drop their location and local time before settling in for a story blending innocence, temptation, and a billionaire's quiet experiment. Thomas Mitchell, a man who has seen empires rise and trust collapse, sits in his leather armchair, pretending to sleep. The safe behind him gapes open. Spilling stacks of cash like a Vegas slot machine, gone rogue historians still argue whether such a blatant test of human nature is cruel or ingenious. Tonight, he's testing more than curiosity. He's testing character. Little Jasmine, 6, skips in, clutching her mother Diana's hand, her miniature pink gloves. A whimsical gift from Diana. Give her a sense of grown-up purpose. The office smells faintly of polished wood and cold coffee. Jasmine's eyes lock on the cash, glittering like a cartoon pirate's treasure. Thomas exhales quietly, half expecting greed to take over. Instead, she tiptoes over, drawn not by acquisition, but by order and curiosity. She begins stacking bills, separating them by denomination, her hand precise, almost reverent, whispering to her mother, "Mommy, Mister, Thomas's money was messy. I tidied it like you taught me with our coins." Diana gasps, caught between correcting her daughter and marveling at the honesty. Thomas feels something rare and emotional pang, tight in his chest. He watches a child, probably never holding more than $20, bring order to millions without a thought of theft. Quirky as it sounds, the scene reminds him of the debate over whether character is innate or cultivated, a question scholars still argue centuries later. Jasmine's simple transparency sets off a chain reaction in him. The room hums with subtle life lessons money could never buy, and Thomas is forced to confront a question he thought answered long ago. Can honesty exist in its purest form even amidst unimaginable wealth? In the following weeks, Thomas keeps a discreet eye on Diana and Jasmine, observing routines with the quiet fascination of a naturalist. Diana juggles double shifts cleaning his company at night and a doctor's office in the morning while Jasmine tags along, doing homework or quietly playing. Thomas overhears lessons she imparts. We always return what isn't ours, even if no one is watching. Our honesty is worth more than money. It's a mantra Diana lives by, forged in foster care and hardship, and one that seems to seep effortlessly into her daughter. But life isn't neat. Richard Blackwood, VP of Operations, notices the increased compensation for Diana. His voice drips with condescension, suggesting people like her will soon be asking for the whole vault. Thomas restrains his rage, watching while Richard's prejudice escalates. She belittles Diana, threatens her job, and frightens Jasmine. Each encounter is carefully recorded, yet Richard remains oblivious, thinking he's untouchably a recurring theme in corporate abuse. Scholars still debate its psychological effects. The tension peaks as Richard's insinuations turn personal, questioning Diana's morals and implying corrupt intentions. Jasmine whispers, "Mommy, why is that man being mean?" Diana responds with measured dignity, contrasting sharply with Richard's venom. Thomas watches silently, feeling purifying onion, a cocktail of protection, justice, and disbelief. Every insult, every threat, fuels his resolve. He begins formulating a plan not of impulse, but precision, turning Richard's arrogance into the trap that will expose him and protect Diana and Jasmine, while reinforcing that integrity and courage, even in the smallest of people, cannot be ignored. Thomas executes his plan with meticulous precision, transforming Richard's own arrogance into a public unraveling. He sets up hidden microphones, additional cameras, and discreet journalists. Richard, blinded by entitlement, plants a $15,000 Rolex in Diana's cleaning cart, convinced he will catch her red-handed. Meanwhile, Thomas monitors every angle. Marcus Chun, a former FBI investigator, is strategically stationed, and journalists are poised to capture the spectacle. The tension is almost comical, like someone sneaking a cookie while wearing a neon sign saying, "I'm guilty." Yet historians still debate whether such elaborate setups are justice or theater. As Richard confronts Diana, accusing her of theft, Jasmine watches, wide-eyed. Thomas steps in calmly, revealing the Rolex was purchased that morning and every move Richard made was documented. Angle after angle captures his face and incriminating actions. Journalists project evidence of his systematic racial discrimination, online posts, and decades of abuse of power. Each revelation peels away Richard's bravado. His confidence crumbles under the weight of his own actions. The irony is delicious. His plan to humiliate an honest family backfires spectacularly, proving arrogance and prejudice sow the seeds of their own downfall. The aftermath is transformative. Diana is promoted to Director of Human Resources, immediately implementing programs for employees' children, Jasmine being the first beneficiary. The company gains recognition for inclusion and diversity, and Thomas establishes the Jasmine Jefferson Educational Fund, securing scholarships for talented young Black students for decades. Meanwhile, Richard faces the consequences: prison, family estrangement, and permanent public disgrace. Thomas reflects on the journey, acknowledging that while Richard's punishment is severe, true justice lies in building something greater: opportunities, inclusion, and a legacy of integrity. A 6-year-old's honesty, a mother's courage, and a billionaire's vigilance demonstrate that moral courage, even from the most unexpected sources, can reshape lives and institutions. As the days settle into quieter rhythm, Thomas watches Diana and Jasmine move through the office with newfound confidence, their laughter a gentle reminder of resilience. Jasmine's curiosity remains boundless, paired now with the clarity that honesty and courage ripple outward in ways even a 6-year-old can't fully grasp. Diana, empowered and respected, navigates her role with calm authority, embodying lessons lived through struggle and perseverance. Outside Mitchell Enterprises, Richard Blackwood faces solitude and consequence, a cautionary figure showing how arrogance and prejudice ultimately self-destruct. The contrast reinforces a timeless truth: integrity, once nurtured, cannot be bought or intimidated. Even as time softens immediate tensions, the legacy endures. Scholarship programs, inclusion initiatives, and ethical frameworks ripple through the company, proving that one act of courage can catalyze systemic change. Thomas, reflective in his office, smiles at the memory of Jasmine's small hands stacking bills, a moment that seemed trivial yet sparked a chain of justice and transformation. The narrative lingers gently, a whisper of hope, reminding us that empathy, vigilance, and moral courage, when paired with action, create ripples far beyond what anyone might predict. Peace settles softly, leaving a warm reassurance that goodness, protected by strength, truly builds legacies inspiring generations.